Praise and peace from God, our Father, and from His Son, Jesus Christ, be with all of us this morning. From the Gospel of John, chapter 16, verse 21. And you will see me again. The words of Jesus Christ to His disciples to try to bring some comfort to those unrested souls and minds. Jesus predicted 7 or 8 times at least His death and His resurrection, His painful way to the cross, but especially Jesus predicts and prophesies about His resurrection. Today, Jesus comes to the disciples and tells them what is going to happen after the resurrection. After the miraculous death and resurrection of Christ, what is going to happen? And to start His sermon with the disciples, or for the disciples, when actually by the end of the chapter 16, actually not in the beginning, Jesus compares that moment in life with a woman giving birth to a child. Jesus said in verse 21, when a woman is giving birth, she has sorrow because her hour has come. But when she has delivered the baby, she no longer remembers the anguish for the joy that a human being has been born into the world. And Jesus compared His going with the Father, leaving the disciples by themselves, with a woman that has and gave a birth to a child. It's painful. It's going to be painful, but at the end, joy will fulfill their hearts and minds, and they will be ready to continue to proclaim the good news of salvation. Today is all about heaven. It is all about the new life. It's all about the things to come. We are getting very close to a day that we often forget in our church calendar. I remember many times, many years ago, we would have a special service on Thursday evening just to celebrate what we kind of forgetting a little bit. It's going to be May 30th, if you remember. What day it is? What is the day in our calendar? Yes, Ascension Day. And the message of Christ today and the sermon of Jesus to the disciples, it's all about what's going to happen after the Ascension. So Jesus is comparing His going to the Father, leaving the disciples alone with a woman giving birth. He goes today with the saying, after the storm comes the calm. It's going to be a stressful time for the disciples. Jesus is preparing them for that. All the readings of this week point to just promises, though. There are promises of Christ to the disciples, so they cannot be in despair. You better keep proclaiming the good news of Christ. And I'll give you a reason for that. And the reason is, I like one of my professors in Brazil, when I was in seminary in Brazil. See, I'm Brazilian, you know that, right? Someone thought I was German because of my accent. He said, if you want to preach a good sermon, you better tie all the readings together. The readings of the Sunday, you tie all them together. And this is the perfect Sunday to tie all the readings together. When we go back a little bit in our bulletin, we see and read again the reading of the epistle, then we'll see that it makes much more, the gospel makes much more sense when we read the book of Revelation. See what Jesus said, or John said, in the book of Revelation. Look, all the promises Jesus gives once he goes to heaven. And to prepare our hearts and minds to receive heaven, he does that. There are many promises on verse 21. Let's see. And I saw the new Jerusalem coming down from heaven. This is after the fact, after Jesus going to heaven. He said, this is what I'm preparing for you. This is what it's waiting for you if I am going to the Father now. The dwelling place of God, God himself will be with you. So, and he continues, in that place where I'm going to be, waiting for you, while you are here, down here waiting, and proclaiming the message, and witnessing my name, the place you are going, number one, Christ himself will wipe all your tears. Number two, there will be death no more. Number three, no more mourning. Number four, no more crying. Number five, no more pain. At least 5 wonderful promises of Christ about heaven. So if it's life, it's difficult sometimes for us down on earth as a woman giving birth to a child. We always remember that once that child is born, the pain will be changed, transformed into joy. When we get into heaven, we will not remember that one day we suffered, one day we had cancer, one day we had stress, one day we almost died of heart attack. We're not going to remember that anymore. Because Jesus promised, in heaven has no pain. And see, the interpretation of the gospel today, it is that God brings joy into our lives, not by substituting pain for something else. This is not what God is saying. God is saying that it is through transformation. Jesus transformed our pain and sufferings into joy. Jesus never said the woman would not go through pain to deliver a baby. He never said she would not suffer a little bit. Right, Kelly? Kelly here? She just had a baby. Congratulations. Jesus said you're going to go through pain. But when you see the baby, that pain, it's transformed into joy. I like to remind the congregation of those good examples we have in the Bible. One of them is Joseph. You remember Joseph? When he was sent into slavery and then transformed, changed into a governor of Egypt. God transformed and changed what could be a punishment for him into a blessing, as he was made from a slave to a governor. And he was bought by God's grace. Another one is King David. He was persecuted by Saul. The king Saul was trying to kill David many times. He needs to flee away from the king. And meanwhile, he was writing songs of how God was delivering him every time the king Saul tried to kill him. And we still today use those songs to bring peace to people in hospitals. I read the psalm this week for someone in the hospital, the Psalm 121. I lift up my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord. It was through a lot of pain that he wrote those psalms, just to be a blessing for all of us God transformed, changed bad situations in our lives into a blessing. Even our Lord Jesus Christ transformed the cross, an object of punishment and shame, into a blessing. An object that we carry on our necks, that we have in our churches, symbolizing the great pain of Christ, but also the great blessing we have as sons and daughters of God. Jesus said in John, the Gospel of John, chapter 16, verse 20, "Truly, truly, I say to you, you will weep and lament, but the world will rejoice. You will be sorrowful, but your sorrow will change into joy." Our sorrows will change into joy. The word lamentation in this Bible verse, it is commonly used around coffins when people lament the death of someone. So Jesus is predicting, is prophesying his own death and resurrection, his ascension into heaven, his whole work in our behalf. The tragedy of the death of Jesus was transformed into a blessing. The disciples also, as any human beings, they would mourn, they would be sad, but the benefits of Jesus' sacrifice will turn the death of Christ into a blessing to them and then to all of us. In a little while, you will see me no more, Jesus said in verse 17. In a little while. What is a little while for all of us? What is a little while for St. Paul's Lutheran Church in California? What is a little while for the LCMS Church in the world, not just the United States? In a little while, I will be back. So what are we going to do? Cross our arms and wait? No. This is not what God expects and wants from all of us. If God is coming in a little while, it means that I have some time, what we call the time of grace, to spread the good news of the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, to be a witness of His name, to witness His love, His death, but especially His resurrection and His ascension into heaven, where He is going to, what He promises in John chapter 14, I am going to prepare a place for you. If I could imitate Schwarzenegger, I would be there. Because I have the accent. Jesus saying, I'll be back. Meanwhile, do what you're supposed to. Don't be crying, don't be in pain, don't be depressed. Do what you have to do. Witness my name. Face the authorities. I will be with you. And then we will celebrate Pentecost very soon, and we'll know that in Pentecost, on Pentecost, the Holy Spirit descended into the disciples and gave them what they had not. The blessing of the Holy Spirit, so they can fulfill the promises of Christ, to spread the good news all over the world, to save souls, to bring the love of Christ to everyone in need. God transformed us into His sons and daughters by baptism. And He keeps doing that through the Word, through the sacraments. God transformed my sinful life into a blessing as He forgives me every single day of my life. Not because I deserve, but because of His death on the cross And his blood shed on the cross, he offered me the new life every single day. He is coming back to judge the living and the dead in a while. And meanwhile, we will spread the good news of salvation as he commanded us. You go and make disciples and proclaim the good news of the gospel. And this is what we do. And this is why, and we will do by his blessing. May God bless us all this day so we can continue to proclaim the good news of Jesus until he comes. In Jesus' name, amen.